Okay. Okay. Ma'am.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing good.
I'm Alexandra Perez with Alcon.
Oh,
nice to meet you.
Nice to have you.
Is it okay if I have a seat?
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you so much, and thank you for having me today.
Well, thanks for coming.
So the reason why I'm here is because I'm new, and I met my neighbor for the first time. Her name is Cindy Luhu. She's actually one of your long-term patients.
Oh, yeah, I know Cindy Luhu.
She's a really nice girl, and it's funny because when we were talking, having a little conversation, she told me that you and her father, Dr. Seuss, did your rotations together in med school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Dr. Seuss, yeah.
I think you know him as Theodore Seuss is his real name.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
did you know that he's actually moving from his office in Florida to over here?
No.
Yeah, and like across the medical plaza over here, there's a little office that's being built. That's actually his new practice.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Well, I noticed that you have some patients in the waiting room, so what I'd like to do with our time today is just ask you a few questions just to understand your needs, your patient needs when it comes to dry eye care products.
Yeah,
Speak a little bit
good.
about Alcon, and if everything makes sense, we'll go ahead and we'll push forward from there.
Great. Sounds good.
Do you mind if I take notes and ask you a few questions?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Now, when it comes to recommending products for your patients, how does that process go?
Currently we use both Hypo Tears and Refresh Plus,
Okay.
but a few of our patients have been complaining about the Hypo Tears stinging in their eyes. What occurs is we simply switch to Refresh Plus, and right now we have no major problems with
Refresh
any of our
Plus.
eye treatment.
Okay. What customer feedback do you usually receive with the Refresh Plus?
Refresh Plus is pretty positive, but they really seem to like Hypo Tears too. They tell me that it's less expensive.
Is there any complaints with Refresh Plus price?
Yeah, it's a little more expensive than Hypo Tears.
Okay. And are you the only physician that practices here in this office?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Now, if I could have a magic wand here, and I gave it to you, and
Okay.
you can create your ideal eye care solution for dry eyes, what would that consist of?
Just that, doesn't sting the patient's eyes and is a good price.
Stinging and price? Okay.
But there's so many, different artificial tear products that, they can't be much different than anyone else's. Tears Natural can't be much different.
Can't be much different. I can, would you like me to elaborate a little bit on that to tell you what the differences are between the products?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. So I actually have here some eye care products. And we'll think about it from a pharmaceutical standpoint.
I love supplies, so
Do you?
any supplies you have for me is great.
Okay. Just by looking at these products, right?
Okay.
You can obviously see that they're different.
Yes.
But they're all here to treat the same exact thing. which is for dry eyes. So some of the differences could be an ointment. Some of the differences could just be multi-dose bottles or a single-dose vial.
Okay.
So that's one of the differences that you can see visually.
Yeah.
And as we continue with the presentation, I can elaborate more on that.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So you told me, and just by asking you a few questions, that stinging would be a attribute toward one of your main eye care solutions for dry eyes.
Yeah.
And that a price was a concern for you and your patients as well.
Definitely.
Okay. So what I'm going to go ahead is I'm going to place these eyes in front of you.
Okay.
Now, is there anything that I didn't write on the eyes that I should have?
Oh, that's really cool. No, I think that's good.
Okay. Well, what if I told you that Alcon has actually created a perfect eye care solution for you and your patients?
Wow, that'd be great.
Okay. Well, let me give you a quick demonstration on it. So here's Alcon's Tears Natural 2 with polyquad technology. This is the actual bottle here. It's a multi-dose bottle. It's easy to use, and it does contain a preservative that is completely dissipates before reaching the tear film of the eye. It's completely non-toxic and non-irritating, and it retains sterility through multi-use. Okay? Now, you mentioned to me that you didn't want anything that stings the eye. So I'm going to elaborate what the differences are with these products now. So this is actually Hypo Tears, and this one here is the Refresh Plus. So those are the current products that you're using now.
Yeah.
Now, with majority of products, they use a preservative called BAC. And that, what it does, it is able to have a multi-dose bottle for your patients, which is easy to use. But the problem with BAC is that when you have patients that have dry eyes, they're usually older.
Okay.
And when older, you usually take more medications, which contains more BAC. So they're actually doubling up on the dose of BAC that they're taking in. So it could actually cause and become toxic and cause corneal damage.
Right, yeah. We do a lot of work on that.
You do a lot of work on that. And then for here, the Refresh Plus, what happens is it's a single dose vial, and it is on the higher end because it doesn't contain a preservative. So what you do is you twist the top off, and you go ahead and you just instill within the eye, and you're supposed to throw it away.
Okay.
But customers are non-compliant, and they want to get more bang for their buck. So what they end up doing is putting it in the refrigerator. And when you put it in the refrigerator, because it doesn't contain the preservative, and as we both know, refrigerators are cesspool for bacteria. Around the ring here, it does get dirty, and it gets bacteria. So when they go back and they already use it, it can cause a major eye infection. So with this one, we have our new patent polyquad preservative, and it is completely non-irritating, and it is also completely non-toxic. And I have this to leave with you. It's part of the management and therapy for dry eyes.
Okay.
Everything that I just touched bases on and went over, I highlighted for you. And this is a clinical study that was duplicated 185 times. So what I also did was I put the references on the back so you can go ahead and call them.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to hand this over to you.
Thank you.
And what I would like you to do is just go ahead and dot the I if you feel that eye coverage you need.
Okay.
Okay? Something else that you mentioned to me that would satisfy your needs and your patient needs is price.
Yes.
Well, I have the pricing here. What I did was, since I'm new to the area, I drove around to Publix and Target and CVS, and I just got the prices for the competing tiers for rewetting. And what I have is Refresh Plus here is actually the most expensive product because it doesn't have a preservative in it. And then Hypo Tears is the least on the other end of the spectrum. Now, with the Tears Natural, it's a consistent price because it has a unitary system. So it's always going to be $14.99. So let's say you have a patient who goes on vacation and goes to Texas, and they forgot their dry eye medicine. So they can go to Texas and they can go to Publix, and they'll purchase this product for the same $14.99 versus if they were to go and buy Hypo Tears, and it's $16.99.
Okay.
So do you see how that is a good price, like it offers a competitive price for you and your customers?
Yeah, it's a much better price.
Okay. Well, today we covered that it has no stinging and that it has no pricing. So would you agree that we can dot both of our I's?
I think we can.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you.
Well, now that we dotted our I's, let's go ahead and cross our T's.
Okay.
What I recommend to you is that you recommend this product to 5 of your patients that you feel will benefit the most from it. and then within a week's time, I'll go ahead and I will follow up with you and your patients, and we'll get the reviews from the product. How does that sound today?
That sounds great.
That sounds good?
Yeah.
All right, so I just would like you to sign right here, please. Thank you so much. And I'm going to actually leave you with samples now, so you don't have to wait for it to be delivered.
That's great. Thank you.
Here's this. And I also wanted to leave you with my business card. My name is Alexandra Perez again, and in my business card, I actually put my personal cell phone number. So if you do need more samples, or if you have any questions, you can call me, or you can shoot me a text message
All right,
too.
that's great.
Okay?
Yes.
Well, thank you for your time today, and I'm sure you're doing a great purchase here, and
Yes.
your customers will love it.
Plan on it.
Thank you
very
so much, sir.
Thank you very much
Take
for coming
care.
in. Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good day. Bye.